And I really just want to emphasize to y'all, like, there's no reason for anybody not to be able to generate some income some type of way. I'm not claiming that you're going to get rich from it or anything like that. But if you spend the time to develop this skill set, you can write your own ticket. What's up, y'all? I'm doing something very, very, very different. I have been talking with my group and letting them know that I started dabbling in options. I know you're like, are you giving up on Forex? No, I'm not. I'm just adding more to my skill set, right? And diversifying my portfolio. So I took a Netflix sale, maybe August 19th is when I started looking at this, but I want to walk you through and show you that the process to analyze stocks is the same exact that you would do for Forex. So what I've got pulled up are my 4 charts, right? And I may add more as we work through, but I'm going to walk you through what it is that I'm seeing on Netflix. So I'm going to start off on my monthly time frame, how I normally do. And on the monthly, we really don't have a whole lot of information. I think we may have a level of support here, and we'll turn this over to our monthly color. We do not have a complete full swing high yet, so I'm not going to count that. And I think the lowest that I'm going to go is here, because I don't want to mark all those lines in between, right? So let's double check and see. And it looks like the 2 levels that we've chosen, the system has chosen 2. So I'm going to go down to the weekly. And looking on the weekly, we do have a high, right? So we got this high. And we'll go ahead, we'll turn that blue. And then I can't mark this off as a swing high yet because we need 2 more candles below it to call it a swing high. So I'm going to pick up this level of support. I am also going to pick up this weekly level of support, and it looks like I might have one more. Yep, one more right here. I'm done. So let's check. Smart support. So our support 1 at 1144, support 2 at 820, and then support 3, 686, 660, and 589. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going down to the daily. Oh, I didn't check resistance. Let me check resistance. All right, so we got a level of resistance at 1354. So that's good. That's what we have. So now I'm going to go down to the daily, and I'm just going to do the same thing, right? I'm looking for my swing highs and my swing lows. So we have a high, a daily high at 1268. So we'll turn this red. And then I'm looking just to make sure. Looks like we have another high right here. So we'll pick that up. And then our past low, we have a new low that will be forming. So I'm not going to pick that up. If I get it on the 4, I'll pick it up there. And what I'm looking for are just my levels in between. And I don't see any more levels of support. Now we do have a daily low at 811 and some change. And then it looks like we have another low. It looks like 2 at 748.26 and then another one at 745.27. So let's double check and let's see what we got. So 1144 is where this is actually at. So I'm going to move this down. And the right way to do it is really to double click the line, input the parameter, but I'm moving kind of quick. So I'm going to adjust these visually, but you guys get the idea of what I'm doing, right? So now I'm done with the daily. We check smart support. I don't think we check smart resistance, so let's check that. Our 2 levels that we chose, the system chose 2, so I'm good. Now, if you don't know what I'm looking for and how I'm choosing these support and resistance levels, I encourage you to go to the no-cost mini course. There I break it down, and you will understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to check here. My low is 1184.56. My low here is 1183. So this is no longer a low. This is not a low either. So on the 4, we don't have a low. Wow. Okay. And so my next 4-hour level of support is not until 950. So we're going to turn this gray, our 4-hour color. And then it looks like my next level after that is 852. So we'll pick that up. All right. I was looking over here. That's not a level. I don't think I have any more levels that I'm interested in. Let's double check. Let's use the smart support. And let's see. All right. So, I missed one. I missed one right here in my face. Thank God for smart support. So we got one at 1082, one at 1102, one at 1144, and then one at 949.1. So we're going to move this up just a little. Then we got one at 852, 820, and then 809. Then we got this double one. So I'm good. Now that I've done my support resistance, now I'm going back to the monthly, right? And you can guess what I'm going to do. Tell me in the comments what I'm about to do. Okay. All right. So I'm going to place below my last low. We're overextended. D extension is hit on the monthly time frame, right? So what is price doing right now? It is trying to find a C. So I'm going to leave the monthly alone. I'm going to go down to the weekly. And I'm going to deploy for my last low, just like we did before. And now we can really see what's up, right? So let me move my chart over. So previous fib. So you see all of these that have a white background, it means a sequence has completed. When I say the sequence has completed, we had a low, we had a B high, we hit a red level, price came up and hit the red level. So we start the sequence over. So our active fib, we have an A low, we got a B high. We pushed up, stalled out, didn't really pass it. So we hit this red level, right? We came back, hit the red level. Theoretically, the D extension is at 1541 or whatever. I think this is 1541. 1541. Let's turn that green. Let's label this weekly D extension. And let's save. All right, and I want to link this down. So I'm linking it down to my lower time frames. Now, because we did hit this D extension, what I'm going to be interested in on the daily is I want to look at this move to the downside, right? So we formed a swing high. We got a very shallow pullback. And I can leave it, right, and go down to the daily and read the fibs. Eventually, it's going to get me down to what I'm looking for. So what I will do, I'm just going to stay this direction. So weekly, let's link this down to all time frames. I did lower. Okay, so this is the daily. All right, I left the fib on, right? So our A, this is the A, got taken out. So we need to run the fib directly from this leg of price. So I'm going to click on this fib sequence. We're going to start from the low. And this is what we got going on. So in the daily, previous fib, A low, B high, 23.6 pullback, D extension is hit. So when I go down to the 4, I'm reading down to the 4-hour, right? So we do have an active fib to the upside. The extension sits within the weekly overall, the extension at 1492. And I'll mark this off, but I'll mark it off. I'm not going to say but. This is daily D extension. Okay, let's say. So I'm going to link this one down. And then I'm going to go on to my 4-hour. So I'm going to get rid of this. And remember, I'm looking to the downside on the 4-hour now because we hit the D extension. So I'm going to do my smart fib from the top. So looking at the previous fib, A high, B low, shallow retracement, but we hit the D extension. We formed a swing low. We also formed a weekly level of support. And then now price has been playing within 1277 and 1145, right? So what I'm looking for at this point is I'm looking for what's happening here, right? So we pull back to the blue level. So on the 4 hour, my D extension sits here at 1127. So I am going to label this my 4 hour D extension. And let's say, right? We'll link this down too. I hope that went down. So now when I go down, so I got to go down to the 1. Let's just get that out of the way. I got to go down to the 1 because I have to look at this leg of price to figure out how I'm going to get in to join what's happening, right? Because price currently is at 1187. My TP on the 4 hour is 1128, which sits below this weekly level. If we break this weekly level of support, we're headed to 1101.66. So looking at structure, like I said, we pull back to, this is on the daily though. So on the daily, we pull back to a green level, and our D extension on the 4 sits at 1128, but our extension on the daily sits at, that's right, green. Yep. The extension on the daily sits at 1120. So we gonna put this here. We will call this daily D extension. And let's say, I'm gonna link this down. So this is like a little zone, right? So looking at this chart, I'm expecting price to stop, spike down here, and then maybe move back up. Let me see what's on the weekly. On the weekly, oh, that's what it was. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, right? On the weekly, we pull back to the 618, or just very close to it, almost to the 618. And so this is a red level. So theoretically, you're looking for price to come here. 1014. I don't know that we're going to get all that. Let's see. This is weekly D extension. Let's say I'm also going to put the other trend line. So we're going to go from here to here. Look how it is, right? So we've already broken this inner. So my thought is that we probably gonna come here first. So looking at this, if we break this weekly level, we could just spike the weekly level, right? We could just spike it, and then we could come back up and retest this zone. Let me draw it out so you can see it. Retest this zone. I was trying to draw it out so it looked halfway decent, but yeah, I'm struggling. Okay. Right? We could do something like that and then come down. That kind of makes sense though. We'll see what's going to end up happening. But the higher time frame, the extension sits at 10/10/97. On the daily, our D extension sits at, our daily D extension sits just below weekly support at this zone. 1128, 1120 is the zone. So what I've learned in trading options, that's not like trading Forex. Like, you don't trade all the way to your like your strike price is not going to be your D extension. You actually want your strike price to be before your D extension. So when your strike price passes, or price passes your strike price, it makes the contract more valuable. So if your strike price is 1144 or 1145, then if price comes down to 1120, like, you're really in the money. You're deep in the money. And so that contract could be more valuable. So I am learning a whole lot. Now, what is the strength is the technical analysis that I do have has helped me be able to navigate not only Netflix successfully, but Crowd, also Tesla. I think we looked at Home Depot. Like, there have been several pairs that have been playing out. And I really just want to emphasize to y'all, like, there's no reason for anybody not to be able to generate some income some type of way. I'm not claiming that you're going to get rich from it or anything like that. But if you spend the time to develop this skill set, you can write your own ticket, right? That may look like different things for different folks, but you can write your own ticket. So I would advise you, even if it ain't with me, get with somebody and learn technical analysis, okay? It has been a powerful, powerful tool. And in 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 this space for me, like, not only Forex, now I'm starting to look at options. Like, who knows what's going to be next, but the foundation of it has been this technical analysis. There's been nuances and figuring out instant execution and all of that stuff, but that's coming along. Okay. So I encourage you guys, if you want to get stronger in your technical analysis, click the link below in the video description. Go to my no-cost mini course. Consider if joining my next coaching cohort will make sense for you. We meet twice a week, and it has been very beneficial for a lot of folks. So I hope to see you there. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.